I think like anybody else to have growing up on a farm, there's of course going to be some really great memories. And I think my favorite ones are always, thinking back to the older combines during harvest with Dad. Being a little kid and sitting on the floor and watching the corn come in and the soybeans was, you just wanted to get home after school, and it's a really, really good moment that I don't think I'd take back for anything to not have that moment with my dad. So, I'm Tanner Hento. I'm from Avon, South Dakota, and I farm with my brother, and we raise soybeans, corn, and alfalfa. The way I started, I went to undergraduate at the University of South Dakota. Started graduate school with hoping to start med school, and the first day of grad school, my mom passed away actually. And I decided to get a little closer with my dad. I started seeing him more often, coming back to the farm, and I kind of put a little seed in the ground where I started really appreciating the farm in all the ways I didn't when I was younger. About 3.5 months later, my dad ended up passing away. And after that, my brother and I kind of were faced with the reality of the farm was either gonna probably have to get liquidated, or I was gonna quit graduate school and he was gonna move back. And that's exactly what we did. And we've been here ever since. My brother and I are 5th-generation farmers, and we were very aware of who came before us and what came before us. So we're very aware of that. What we're leaving behind isn't just for us. For us Scots kids, when Claes or Callan comes out in the tractor and rides and we see that joy in their face, for them, maybe they don't appreciate it right now, but to know that they're on their great-great-grandfather's land and doing the same thing, I think if you ask any producer, that's a passion, and that's what really drives us. So there's very much a succession plan in place, and hopefully they can become the 6th generation on this farm. I started in college, I think like any hopeful medical student, we were trying to build our resumes up, so I started with being a CNA for a couple of years, and senior year of undergrad, I took an EMT course, and that summer I got my first job opportunity with it. So, been going on, I just broke my 10-year threshold actually, which sounds crazy. It's not about the money, any of the glory or anything like that. It really is about knowing that I made a difference in this world, and that kind of the same can be said about farming and agriculture. I don't necessarily need to have a wall full of accomplishments or accolades. I just want to know that there were some select people that I made a difference in their life with. It's one thing that probably drives my passion more than anything else, and I don't think it's talked about very often, and especially in farming. There's a lot of mental challenges and emotional struggles with farming. And for anybody that doesn't know, my mom died from suicide. And I think she suffered a lot from the social stigma of having mental health problems. And to me, your mental health is just as important as your physical. So, if there's anything my story can, be taken away from or that motivates somebody, it's that if you have any type of feeling bad about yourself or any mental, issues, it's not a weakness. Talking to somebody, it's just as important as your health. So and that can be said with agriculture as a whole. So I hope, if nothing else, we can start to remove this social stigma with mental illness and anything like that. So that would be one of my changes I hope I can make just in the world as a whole.